Good afternoon, everyone. You are watching live breaking news with me, Alvia Haurayandika.
My name is Putri.
An earthquake with a magnitude of 5.0 struck the Garut region of West Java on Wednesday, September 18 at 7:41 p.m. WIB. The Meteorology, Climatology, and Geophysics Agency state that the earthquake's epicenter was in Garut at a depth of 10 kilometers, and the tremors were also felt by residents in surrounding areas, including Garut and Bandung. BMKG confirmed that the earthquake doesn't have tsunami potential based on their analysis. The epicenter was located inland, precisely 25 kilometers southeast of Bandung Regency. This was a shallow earthquake caused by activity along the Garcella Fault. Analysis also showed that the earthquake had a mechanism of oblique normal or a strike-slip movement. Meanwhile, BMKG monitoring recorded 5 aftershocks, with the large having a magnitude of 3.1. So far, there have been no reports of casualties or damage caused. However, based on observation from social media, there have been reports of building damage in Kertasari district, Bandung region. The earthquake that shook Bandung and its surrounding was also felt by the Persib Bandung team during a press conference ahead of their match against Freeport FC at Sijalak Harupat Stadium in Bandung on Wednesday, September 18th. Persib Bandung coach Boyan Hondak immediately stopped his statement when he felt the tremor. Several people in the room were seen panicking and attempting to seek safety, including Persib Bandung players. However, Boyan Hondak chose to stay calm while trying to reassure others in the press conference room.
Following the earthquake that struck Bandung, many residents have been forced to evacuate their homes. To learn more about how the evacuations are being handled and how logistics are being distributed on the ground, we are now connected with our journalist, Amanda Triutami, who is currently in Bandung Regency, West Java. Good afternoon, Amanda. How are the evacuees doing and what steps is government taking to manage this situation?
Good afternoon, Echa Putri. That's right. After yesterday's earthquake, many residents have evacuated, especially in the most affected district Kertasari, Pacet, and Pangalengan. Right now, I'm at one of the evacuation sites in Neglasari village, Kertasari district, and with me is one of the evacuees, a teenage girl named Jessa Ajahra Mardita. Let's hear her first-hand account.
Good afternoon, Jessa. How have things been since the earthquake and how are you feeling right now?
Good afternoon. Yes, when the earthquake hit, we were all really shocked. I was at home with my family and suddenly the whole house started shaking. We immediately ran outside because we were afraid the roof would collapse. In this village, a lot of houses are damaged, including mine. It didn't completely collapse, but the walls are cracked, and we are worried about the aftershock. That's why my family and I are now staying in the temporary shelter here in the field.
We are sorry to hear about what you've been told. How are things at the evacuation site? Have you and your family received logistical aid like food, clean water, or blankets?
So far, we've started receiving food aid, but at first there were not enough tents, so some of us had to sleep outside. Thankfully, this morning more tents arrived from the government and volunteers, so now we have a place to sleep. The food enough, but we are still short on blankets because it gets really cold at night, especially for the kids and elderly. I've been sleeping in just my jacket for 2 nights, but my younger siblings are still small and they get cold easily.
Thank you for sharing that, Jessa. How about the situation here? Are there healthcare service or public kitchen provided by the government?
Food is also being taken care of because there's a health post nearby, especially for checking on the kids and elderly. But a lot of people are still worried about their homes because aftershocks keep happening, even though they are small. So we are not ready to go back yet. Our parents keep saying better to wait until everything is safe than to go home too soon and put ourselves in danger.
Alright, thank you, Jessa. Echa Putri, as Desa Ajahra Mardita mentioned, the government and volunteers are working hard to meet the evacuation needs. Since last night and into this morning, logistical aid such as tents, food, and blankets has started arriving. Although there are still urgent needs like more blankets and warm clothing, given the very cold temperatures here in Bandung, especially at night.
Thank you for your report, Amanda. How is the government addressing the situation for residents whose homes were damaged? And is there any update data on the number of damaged houses?
Yes, Echa Putri, according to the latest data from the Regens of Bandung Regency, around 5,100 homes have been damaged due to the earthquake. The district of Kertasari, Pacet, and Pangalengan are the hardest hit. Right now, the government is still assessing the situation with the Meteorological, Climatological, and Geophysical Agency to determine when it will be safe for residents to return to their home. Aftershock continue to occur, although a smaller magnitudes ranging from 2.4 to 3.2. Therefore, residents whose homes are shaken or damaged are advised to stay in the shelter until it's confirmed that their buildings are safe to inhabit again. The government has also deployed technical teams to start repairing severely damaged structures.
And what about mitigation effort to anticipate future of aftershock?
Yes, regarding mitigation, BMKG continues to monitor seismic activity in the area. The local government is also coordinating with the Regional Disaster Management Agency and volunteers to ensure that all residents are educated on safety measures, including how to respond if another aftershock occurs. Additionally, volunteer teams have begun constructing stronger shelters at several evacuation points to ensure residents are safe if another damage happens. The main focus now is on maintaining the health of evacuees, especially children and the elderly, given the cold weather conditions.
Okay, thank you, Amanda, for your comprehensive report from the field. We hope that the situation will recover soon and that those affected can safely return to their homes. We will continue to follow the story. Thank you also to Jessa Ajahra Mardita for sharing her story, giving us a first-hand account of the condition in the evacuation shelters.
You're welcome, Echa Putri. Back to the studio.
That concludes our report on the 5.0 magnitude earthquake that struck the region of Garut and Bandung. Rescue teams and volunteers are still working to ensure the safety of residents and restore the situation on the ground. The government urges the public to remain vigilant and follow instructions from authorities. We will continue to monitor the situation and provide you with the latest update. Thank you for watching and stay safe. I'm Echa Putri and Alfia Haurayandika along with the 4 News team signing off. See you in the next news. Good afternoon.